Hello, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV and welcome back to In and Out. Yes, first one of this transfer window. Will it be the last one? Who knows? There's not been much news so far this window apart from today, where things seem to be happening at Newcastle. Some bad, some good. It now seems that JOELINTON is going to be out for the rest of the season, which I'm absolutely devastated with, and likewise the rest of the fan base is. JOELINTON's been absolutely pivotal in where we are now as a club. He's been fantastic over the last 2.5 seasons, and to lose him for the rest of the season is just going to be an absolute massive blow to the team and for Eddie Howe. And I think it's certainly going to make the club pull the finger out and make financial fair play work in any way it can this month. The reports that broke out of Brazil last night was that JOELINTON's groin injury is perhaps going to need surgery, and that would see him out for the rest of the season. Luke Edwards jumped on it, which you'll see here now, saying that this was something that the club was considering and that they want to be as safe as possible and not risk worsening any more injuries, as we've seen that's happened a few times so far this season. Sven Botman playing through an ACL injury, Jacob Murphy coming back too early, worsening his injury, and now he's out for an extended period of time. Joe Willock's ended up worsening his. It's been a nightmare this season for injuries, and possibly the most unlucky season I've seen a football club have in recent history. Whether it be injuries, decisions that are happening on the pitch, it's just not been Newcastle United season. So this month so far has been quite quiet for Newcastle on the transfer front. Financial fair play seems to have Newcastle by the chokehold at the minute. We've seen what's happening with Everton earlier this season, and now they're getting hit with another point deduction by the sounds of it. Same with Nottingham Forest, which, I mean, they signed 20 odd players when they first came up. It was obvious that they had broke something in financial fair play, and it's just it's been hard for this month, especially to kind of get excited about transfers. I wasn't excited about the Calvin Phillips link, and now it seems that that's going away. Roy Hodgson's confirmed that Crystal Palace have interest in him, and it sounds a lot more solid than what we have. You know, that they're a team that have taken on the likes of Conor Gallagher in the past, and I think Phillips would probably suit more there than he would us at the minute. So not too sad to see those links be dismissed and potentially fade away. Not all doom and gloom on Tyneside though. Newcastle today have been linked with Brazilian centre midfielder Edison from Atalanta, the 24-year-old midfielder. Apparently one we're looking at potentially bringing it in this month. South American football expert Tim Vickery was on Sky Sports earlier today talking about the player. Vickery describes Edison as a strong box-to-box midfielder, which very much suits our play, you know, being able to keep up with the tempo and help with that high press going forward. So far this season, he's got 6 goals and 1 assist in all competitions, played over 2,200 minutes, which to me suggests he would be in a lot better of a position to come into our starting 11 and get to the physicality levels that we need over the likes of a Calvin Phillips, who sat mostly on Man City's bench so far this season. As it always is with a Newcastle transfer speculation, apparently we're not the only team and not the only team in black and white who's interested in the signing of Edison. Apparently Juventus are also interested after the player has played over 1.5 years in Italy. Edison joined Italian side Salernitana in January of 2022 before moving to current club Atalanta that summer. And I can't help but get excited when I hear talks of another Brazilian coming in. The 2 Brazilian lads we've got in at the minute are absolutely fantastic. From everything on the pitch to the attitude of it, I don't think you can fault the pair of them. The only thing is though, with the position that Edison plays in, obviously comes the speculation that is this Bruno Guimaraes' long-term replacement. Obviously, I hope not. I hope that release clause is never met and we give Bruno another whopping contract which has no release clause in, stays here for the rest of his career, retires. The same with JOELINTON, but that's been an absolute dreamland. When Vickery was asked whether this was a Bruno Guimaraes replacement, he simply said that was according of speculation. To me, he sounds on paper similar to Bruno. Obviously, as I've said, I've never watched him play, so that's one for you to make your mind up with if you have seen him. I don't want Bruno to go. It's simple as that. But I guess if you can replace him with a 24-year-old, just slightly younger, who can play the similar position, a Brazilian, it kind of lessens the pain, I guess. But Bruno's taken all our hearts, hasn't he? Really, he's came in, got the club, got the environment, seemingly loves being in the area. It would just be a very, very sad day if Bruno Guimaraes was to leave Newcastle United. Finally, just as we wrap things up, it looks like Isaac Hayden has maybe found himself a new loan deal for this season. Preston North End are apparently interested in the player after his loan spell with Belgian side Standard Liège came to an early ending this month. Thank you very much for tuning in to Newcastle Fans TV. If you haven't already, please do make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we're aiming to push out as much Newcastle United news as we possibly can this month. Obviously, it's been quiet so far. There's not much been happening in this transfer window, but with another additional injury, it looks like this month could be about to heat up. So yeah, be sure to subscribe, like the video, share, all that jazz, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.